for myself, and I think that's extremely selfish as well.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction, and why?
1 point, I will nominate Laura because I have very little respect for Laura and the way she manages herself in the house. A little bit irresponsible at times with her drinking.
Andrew, you're rambling. What are you nominating her for?
Because I have no respect for her and I find I can't live
That's
in
an opinion, not a reason for a nomination. What has she done or said to you that deserves the nomination?
Okay, she gets drunk all the time, and I find that I can't. It's hard to be around somebody if you don't have respect for them. She's very opinionated about things, but then she doesn't back them up. Like things, she's very environmentally minded. She'll criticise someone for having the water running too long, but then she'll just go and use a whole roll of toilet paper in one day. Like I said, and the reason I'm doing it is because I have no respect for someone, very little respect for somebody who can't back up their criticisms.
Accepted. That is all.
Well, everybody who's nominated so far has gone for one or both of the intruders. Is that like an easy target, do you think?
Yes and no. I think they came in with very strong personalities and clashed with a lot of people. And the toilet paper's so true. She goes through so much toilet paper.
How? Did you say, I want you to itemise every square? Where did it go?
Well, I know I've gone to my top. She's actually pilfered through my top drawer where my toilet paper is. I've seen her sneaking.
Maybe we should feel sorry for her. Maybe there's an issue here. I mean, did you have a group meeting?
We have an issue with toilet paper usage. It's true. We've discussed how to, like, sort of divvy up the toilet paper.
Isn't it amazing what becomes a prized possession? Isn't it?
It's better than a hand.
Yes, thank you for that lovely comment. Sadly, we're not going to a break right now. We are going to have a look at the tally board. Let's have a quick look now. There's only one page. OK, Laura has 6. Andrew has 3, which is interesting. He's not normally up there unless he's up for a threat, as with last week. Daniela's on 2. Thomas is on 1 and Travis is on 1 as well. OK, we're not anywhere near through nominating yet. 4 housemates have taken the nomination plunge, but 6 more are still to peer over the rim, wondering if they're brave enough to jump. So coming up after the break, we'll see if Zoran and Laura slip and slide past Big Brother's critical eye. Nominate Emma, Rebecca.
Emma, Rebecca, Emma, Rebecca,
Emma,
Rebecca.
Emma for 2 points.
I just feel that she's a suck up.
She has no intention of getting to know me as a person.
She doesn't accept that not everyone gets along. She's just got her head in the clouds.
She has directly influenced the way people see me, and I find that that's quite threatening.
I just think that she's fake and is trying too hard.
Well, I like everybody here, Big Brother.
Accepted.
We're joined here by last night's Big D's, coincidentally Rebecca and Emma. Look at that. I mean, you really, in the privacy of that diary room, we're both going pew, 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 pew. You know, sometimes people come out and they go, it's not personal, you've got to nominate someone. But it is personal, isn't it, within that weird little world?
Absolutely, and it is a weird world. Not real, and it's just so far from out here.
But were you amazed when you were in there at what did become important? Like, as you were saying, the toilet paper, or remember with
Silly
Susanna,
things.
who didn't do the washing up?
Yeah.
Outrageous, has to be nominated. Do you nominate it thinking they have to leave the house, or I'm just venting and I'll give them a point? What were your thoughts?
Sometimes petty nominations, because it was quite hard sometimes, so it was just a silly thing like they don't lift their weight or do the dishes and things like that. Absolutely, yeah.
And it gets harder and harder as time goes on, doesn't it? Because you tend to kind of accept each other like a family, I suppose.
Friendships,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get on with the nominations now. So far, 4 out of our 10 eligible to nominate housemates have nibbled the nomination nutshot. So now it's time for Zoran to show his true colours in the diary room this week.
Zoran, who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction, and why?
OK, I nominate Laura for 2 points. I have to say is our personalities. I probably only get along with her about 50% of the time. If I can explain it in one sentence, I'd say she's more concerned about being right than actually doing what's right. She just complains a lot. Just for example, last night we all tried to address her as a group, and she just gave us an extremely bad mouth. And afterwards, I went to the bathroom to go talk to her and keep it calm and do a battery check, swap, and she had a very foul mouth towards me. I did not appreciate that. And last night also really bothered me when she was picking at her scab and she was pretending to wipe blood on me, and I did not appreciate that whatsoever.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
I have to say I would nominate Daniela for 1 point. Just throughout the camping task, she we had a bit of a tiff in the mansion. She spoke to me extremely condescendingly, and really made me feel quite small when I thought we were quite close.
Zoran, be specific. What happened? Why are you nominating her?
Well, she went up to Emma, which I was close to, and basically told her that I thought that she was going to snap, which I didn't. And for a few days afterwards, Emma actually thought that I really said that, and I thought it might have affected our relationship between me and Emma.
So what are you nominating her for?
Because when I asked her in the mansion about it, and I spoke to her in a civil manner, she spoke to me very condescendingly. She spoke to me in a really downward manner, and I didn't appreciate it. And when I went away, she didn't apologise until 3 days later.
Accepted. That is all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're out.
Laura, to the diary room.
Dora. Oh, Laura. Dora the Explorer.
Laura, who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
For 2 points, I nominate Zoran. This week it's a bit of a strategic vote. In here, practically all of the boys are competition because girls have been dropping like flies. So I'm trying to keep myself happy as well because I want the girls here. So I'm putting a boy up this week for nomination, and also
if you're nominating strategically, you need to explain why he is a specific threat to you. You haven't done so.
Okay, he is a specific threat to me because he is a boy, and boys don't seem to be voted out in this house.
You're not being honest. There are other boys in the house. And you haven't
also
selected them. Get to the point and get there quickly.
And also his personality is similar to mine, and I think that there can only be one really opinionated and loud and strong personality in this house.
When was he opinionated? Big Brother warned you, you need to be honest. You should be honest now.
In group discussions and whenever any tasks are being done, he will always try, like he will take the lead, like in the Bollywood task. He'd take the lead of the dancing, and in house meetings he'll always say something about everything that's brought up and go on about it.
Accepted. Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
For 1 point, I nominate Andrew. This week I had a discussion with the house and I felt like everything I said he went against just because I was saying it, not specifically because it was right or wrong.
What are you trying to say about him? You have 10 seconds.
I'm trying to say that we don't get along because he doesn't listen to what I have to say.
Accepted. Just next time you come to the diary room to nominate, be prepared, or Big Brother will nominate you.
Okay.
That is all.
Yeah, I know he is being tough. Now, interesting, is that a waste of a vote if you give it to Andrew? Because Andrew's got the power of the twist.
In some ways, yes. In some ways, no, because it means that he'll have to take himself out, so he can't choose. He can't choose somebody else. So I guess if you vote for him, he's going to have to select himself and still choose somebody else. I don't know. For me, I think that it's quite a strategic vote. If you vote for him, then he can't possibly save 2 people, because other people are going to think, no, we won't vote for Andrew because Andrew's got the vote, he'll just save himself.
Oh, OK. I nearly caught up with that.
Yeah,
I think I know what you mean.
My brain's on...
No, fair enough, because the other thing that I wanted to ask you was the boy and girl thing. Is it really important for girls in the house to have other girls there? Does it make you feel separated when there's a gang of boys and only a few girls?
I think so. I think, yeah, the women are dropping like flies, and I think that, it's a good thing to do a vote strategically to keep the women in there.
Why? Because it makes you a more comfortable person?
People do divide, and girls do stick with the girls and the boys stick with the boys. Even though everyone gets along, overall, it just, yeah, it's good to have the chicks.
Well, we've had 9 evictions now and only 2 of them have been guys.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is it because the girls are more irritating in the house and more of them get nominated, or have you got a theory on why the girls are the